For 2 hours. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of your celestial quantum healing. Okay, and as usual, we just been running our mouths, honey. I'm like, we are not recording, child. We just running our mouths. Anyway, so we're gonna run our mouth on screen. All right. So we hope y'all got y'all. Not hope. Woo-hoo-hoo. We keep the faith that y'all got y'all wines, y'all joints, whatever. Just y'all mind. Y'all just present, okay? We're gonna have a good time tonight. I don't know where we're going. Cause now I just feel like we about to go all over the place. But wherever we're going, we about to go. Join us up in this outer space and inner space. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so of course I'm your host, your fairy godmother, one of your hosts, and our primary hostesses with the mostesses. Okay. We got goddess Janita.
Hi, hey everybody.
Nita, aka Nene. Okay. We got BRADEEK.
Hey,
AKA Sundana. But we got the alchemist, the goddess alchemist on this thing, AKA Lilith on this thing. So real quick, because I
we here. We here.
yes, gang, all right, gang.
Sick.
Little L Lilith now.
A very controversial gang, okay? I was just saying. Um, so what we was talking about, let's get into this thing. And I also, okay. All right. So two things that I want to get into. I want to talk about demon possession because that's a thing, right? And then I want to talk about because what some call regressions, what some call hypnotherapy, what I call conscious hypnotherapy. There are aspects of yourself that come forth, right? And depicted upon who the person that is assisting you with these techniques, assisting you through them, right? There are some that say that you need to integrate with these aspects of yourself. And then there are some that say you need to just banish them. They need to just go. Okay. So I feel like first we should go into what is y'all definition of possession?
You want me to go first, Nita?
Yeah.
I can. Okay. So for me, and learning what I've been learning in like the quantum, um, about like quantum, um, physics and just like really going deep into like uh, energy, frequency, all that. Okay. So when you are going through your day to day with thoughts, all that, right? Some can come in really heavy, which is what I would call like the demon thoughts, the intrusive thoughts, right?
Hmm.
So then when you let that energy, like, basically overcome you and like you really absorb all, like it, that's kind of like a demon possession for me. Like they they got that their energy is in you now. Like you've perpetuated it so much to where now you are possessed by this energy because of your focus on it.
Okay.
And maybe there is it maybe, I'm sure there's a lot more to it, and I'm sure like I don't know, this is just like my conclusion over the years, of what I've been learning about energies and demons and angels and all this stuff. And how things operate in different dimensions, and how everything is just energy, and everything around us is frequency, so the more focus you put on an energy, the more I feel like it'll be able, like, if you really believe in ghosts, they're going to be there. They're going to be there. They're going to come fuck you because you believe it, you know? And
So,
I'm just, that's like the weirdest. Like, I used to watch all those shows, right? And
me
that's the
too.
weirdest I ever seen was this lady said a ghost came and bent her over, and like I was like, yo, that is wild. Like, you really believe in something so much, it's gonna appear, because that's literally how this universe it works. We have that ability in this realm with our focus uh, alone. So that's like when you get possessed for me, because you let it happen.
So, what do you say? Because the most popular movies about possession are with children. So, are you saying that they're. So, first of all, what you're saying possession is letting your low vibrational thoughts basically take the lead, and like you believe in those thoughts so strongly that they take precipice over your life, basically. And so those thoughts become the conscious being while your human self is no longer conscious. Does that sound right?
Yeah, and like okay, so those videos about the children being possessed are just scare tactics for us to over coddle children, thinking they're these vulnerable, than when they are the highest, closest
Mm-hmm.
to spirit. Like, like they're the number one. I mean, like, yeah, it not number, like they're the last person that any spirit's going to take over, because they're so strong in their spirit still. They haven't been broken like some of us adults. Their aura is tight. So those movies are just fear mongering movies. And but yeah, I your when you're in a fear-based survival mode, it's super you're super vulnerable to
Mm-hmm.
these possessions, and yeah, you can have a priest come, and but they're just going to do what any spiritual anything would, like, you believe that whatever they're saying is going to work, and it's going to fucking work, like, because it's all about your mind.
No,
That's
true.
why
Yeah.
we have to really, like, the most important exercise you can do is mental exercise, and like being really strong in your knowings, not your beliefs, because your beliefs can change, but your knowing is always, and your knowing comes from out of nowhere sometimes. For me, it was my whole life. I just would answer questions I never even looked up in a book. Answer that shit right every time. Never even looked it up, but I just knew it. And I got through school real easy, slid by real easy through that. And but now I know why. Now I know why.
Mm.
And I'm just like,
Janita.
yeah.
Okay.
Night
So,
night.
so, in my past, during uh Christendom. I like to say that. Ha ha ha. Anyway, which I'm not anymore. But what I used to, I'm gonna go by what I used to and to what I where I am now of what I my thoughts now. So I thought that they were evil entities outside of myself that have nothing to do with me that would come and do harm to me in all whatever different types of ways because I thought that I was being not possessed for me, but being hurt and going through anguish and stuff like that to them. Now, as far as possession, I thought that, like I said, these evil beings, and at that time you were thinking that they were from the devil, all this old thoughts and stuff, coming in and coming in and controlling somebody and taking over the person. They somewhere else. They don't know what's going on and doing all kind of crazy stuff. That's what I thought possession was. As I've been learning more, I realized that demons are not, in my opinion, what I thought they were. They weren't. That I've learned that they are not the devil's minions, basically, right? I've learned that that's not what they are. Um, I so as far as possession, I don't see it. I have to change it, so I don't see it in the way that you're asking the question. I don't see it like that anymore. What I see now is we have a lot of aspects of ourself. We have a lot of beings that are with us. We have guides, angels, demons, beasts, all kind of different entities that are here with us. And as far as like you said, like negative thoughts, with negative thoughts, which is what do you call them? Dang, what's the word? Is it thought? Is it? It's not called thought projections. What you while Brady was talking, I kept saying it in my mind. Thoughts. Well, how you say it, April?
Farms.
Thank you. Duh. Thought forms. So we're so powerful because we are creators, right? That we can make ourselves think that something outside of ourselves is coming in and possessing us or whatever, right? We can and call them demons. But I don't believe in that anymore. Like none of that. I don't believe in that anymore. That a demon is coming in and possess and taking over me. Um, I'm now realizing that, like I said, that we all have demons and they have different assignments. I don't see demons as evil like I used to in the past. I don't see it like that anymore. As far as something coming in to possess us, something that I have learned in the past, people people literally have the ability to enter you and do stuff through you, and you thinking it's a demon. People have that power. People don't know about that. People can come in and do stuff through you, and you're thinking, "Oh my goodness, it's a demon in me." No, it's a human who got to the level of understanding how to possess a person and come in. And if you don't have your walls up, right? If you don't know, if you don't understand who you are, and you're not in your knowing that you are protected, and you let those guards down, then somebody can come in and do stuff.
Your aura's
Um,
got to be strong.
yes, and then there's other entities out there that want to come in and live your life. You got that too. Um, but to me, where I am right now, I don't believe in demonic possession. I feel that we've been trained to believe you have angels and you have demons, and that's it. That's how I was trained. A lot of Christian people were trained like that. Demons, wait, angels, demons. That's it. No in between. No, there's so many other things out here. There's so many other types of beings. There's it's a plethora of things. So to just narrow everything to me, to be closed minded, not on purpose, but to be closed minded and put everything, anything that's bad is happening to me, it's a demon. It's ridiculous. No, that's not the case. There's multiple types of beings out there. You have what people call interterrestrials, extraterrestrials, uh, quote quote ghosts. The list goes on. So if you are not keeping your vessel in a certain frequency, then you have unknowingly allowed other beings to be able to come in because it's as far as they see the driver's seat, nobody's sitting there. So they're like, well, I can go in there, and they think I'm a demon. You see what I'm saying? I go in there and I can just do whatever I want. And then if a person's thinking, oh my goodness, I'm possessed by demons, or somebody's like, they're possessed by demons, they're not even saying the right things to get rid of this entity that's coming in and taking over. And so we've been indoctrinated to such a terrible, ridiculous degree that we feel that we are powerless to get rid of invaders who don't have any who don't have any right to be in the first place. But if you don't know, like, you have to know a thing to know a thing, right? So if you don't know, then others can come in and have a good time with you, and you're only thinking it's this one thing, and it's not even that. So you're not even knowing how to get rid of it. So that's my whole long thing on the whole possession, being possessed by demons. I don't think people are possessed by demons. That's how I feel. That's where I am right now. I don't think people get. I used to. That was my whole thing back in the day. What I wanted to understand about that whole situation. That is not at all what I believe anymore. Especially when I learned that we have demons. We have demons that literally help and assist us. Once you learn that, that's so mind-boggling. What you mean we have demons? What? Wait, I thought demons were of the devil and they come and hurt me, attack me, do all kinds of terrible things to me. No, you have demons that help you and assist you. And then let me just say this too. It's a movie, but still it helped me out. The movie, I mean, not a movie, it's a show, the show Evil. For the first time in my life, which is going to sound crazy to a lot of y'all, it's okay. It's okay. Some of y'all will get there. That show, for the first time, allowed me to have compassion for the demons on some of the demons on the show. I would have never thought in a million years I would have any kind of compassion for no kind of daggone demon. Are you killing me? I mean, are you serious? A demon? These evil, terrible, whatever. No, no. And then the thing that tripped me out on the show, I was like, they just want to be loved. They just want to be loved. Now who's thinking that? We're not thinking that. We're like, get away! Ah! Sing to hell, just saying all kind of stuff. I rebuke you, all these things, not realizing they need to be sent love. They need to be sent love. And so, and then that, like I said, and the fact as what I have learned is that we have demons that literally help us and assist us. What that was a 180. So yes, I said all that to say in my opinion, do not think that demons possess people. That's my opinion. Okay, so that's where I'm at.
Well, thank you, goddesses, for that. I just went through a whole like journey in my head.
You're welcome.
So I'm just, I mean, because what you guys just said is basically an integration of what I feel, okay? Which is that Number one, what both of the goddesses were saying is what you've been taught that's outside of you is actually within you. And these things have been kept from you and programmed out of you so that you would not know how powerful you are. And in not knowing how powerful you are easily controlled, you are easily led. And in being controlled and led, energy is a real thing. So your energy is being used to assist some others in their manifestations, you know,
Mm.
governments, elites, things of this nature. Those that are wanting to control through manipulation and what we call influence, right? And so, what I consider possession to be is that you are made up of many different, I call them aspects of yourself that live inside of your universe, inside of you. And what I call possession is when the you that's observing, the you that's in this reality, is not conscious anymore. Now, one of these aspects that live in your universe has taken over. Most of the time, it is what we perceive to be the demons, right? And we'll roll with that because people call them the demons. What I call the devil is that Luciferian energy, that Lucifer energy, which is your light, you know, and your desires, your soul's reflecting this light, projecting it into you, its desires. That's like Lucifer, you know. And what assists you, your willpower, what assists you in carrying out these desires or your purpose or your full expression are these demons. Okay? Because they get the job done by any means necessary. So you could say that your beast and your Lucifer, which in some cases can be looked at as the same entity, are like the commander of your army of demons, right? That get the job done. And so when there has been an event or an experience in someone's life that has created trauma, like I said, we're just using the word demons because that's what's popular when people talk about possession. But when I talk about possession, I mean any aspect of you can take over. But most of the time it is your beast or your demons. Um, when you have a traumaful event or an experience, sometimes that causes the mind to, let's say, split, or it causes you to check out because it's too much for your human consciousness to take in. So then that's when you call forth, unknowingly most of the time, this entity, to just take over. And so to me, in my opinion, how I feel, this is where we get these different entities that cause possession. It just means that you're not conscious. Once they step in to take over, like you're not conscious, you know. So that's what I'm calling possession. Um, a lot of people will question, well, how does it work when, you have your priest come in and blah, 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 and the goddesses covered that. It's your belief system. If you genuinely believe, okay, that we rebuke you in the name of Jesus, okay, and we got the water and the holy water, and if you believe that, or garlic or whatever, honey, then that is your reality because you are that magnificent. You are that powerful. This is your movie. That is exactly how the fuck it's gonna play out. Okay.
Mm.
Where the priest is coming, right? Or you can go to therapy, you know, or you could see an oracle, or you can see whoever it is in your movie that is going to assist you with being able to tolerate being conscious in your own vessel. Okay. So that's what it is to me. And so now that we three have shared that. Let's talk about these regressions. Um, Sometimes they're called regressions, sometimes they're called subconscious regressions, sometimes they're called hypnotherapy. I have coined the term conscious hypnotherapy because you are conscious of everything that is going on. You're not in some state where you out and then you wake up and like which could take place in a lot of hypnotherapy. Okay. So we call it conscious hypnotherapy. So now that has been a thing because I have heard like out here on these spiritual streets that if you don't like an entity up in there, when you go through that subconscious travel, and you see something up in there you don't like, you be like, you banished, you gone. Okay. But then I done heard that that's the aspect of you. So why not integrate? Integrate meaning whatever message or sign or symbol that they are showing you is something that's within you. So when you work on that thing, that's how you integrate this less pleasing aspect of yourself with yourself. Okay. So now we're going to ask the goddesses what they think. Then I'm going to tell y'all what I think. Okay. So who wants to start us off? With should we be integrating or should we be banishing? Because I feel like most people be like, fuck that and let's banish. Why not? Why not? Why would you not banish?
Okay, I'll take this one if you don't mind first. Um, I think if it's something that feels bad, unpleasant, or whatever, I would want to find out why is it there? What is your purpose? What is it that you're trying to teach me? You're there for a reason. And you're a part of me, so I need to understand what's going on.
Mhm.
Um, so that's my first thing. Second, if it's something that after I send, I just get the understanding, I send love and everything. But if it still just wants to, let's say, I want to take over, I want to be in charge, Janita. I don't think you should be in charge. I don't like how you doing this and the other, so I should be in charge. Period. Right? And if they're just dominantly bold of, I don't care about nothing you saying, I want to be in charge. Then so in my opinion, after I took the time to figure out and understand and learn, in my opinion, it's time for this is because this is my life. I'm the one that's here, right? You're over here uh uh catching a ride with me. so so if it's something that's going to try to control and not wanting to integrate well like it's supposed to, then I personally am going to, let's say, put it in a corner. Put it in a corner and, like, let's just say behind a door where it can't come out because it's acting up. It's not respecting my game. So that's personally what I would do. That's my thing. Did I answer that?
Mhm.
Okay.
Brainy.
So for me, like when you say you're banishing something, it just kind of like makes me laugh now. Like whenever anybody says I'm banishing, like you can banish anything you want from your life, anything, but it's still always going to be there because energy never goes away. You can't destroy it. You can't create it. It just is. It's always been here. It's always going to be here. And like one of the like greatest things I've found is like harmonizing and balancing with all of my different entities that I have within inside of me, and a lot of them, um, a lot of my ancestral cycles that I'm here to break have been some of the hardest energies to integrate with and harmonize with because they're just so like, you know, what people would consider just bad, horrible things that, you know, it's like why are why are you here? You know, what are you here to show me? And it's like how um how you can find the beauty and the silver lining in all of these things is like the, you know, that's where the joy is. That's where the greatness comes from, you know, in alchemizing all of these traumas that we have, all of the things that our ancestors have been through, you know, like um, alchemizing them into, you know, things that help us grow and strengthen our auras, strengthen our soul, and help
Mm.
our soul elevate to the next level. Because we are elevating in this realm ourselves, and our soul is also that's being projected into us is also elevating as they're learning from our experience and collecting the data from what we experience. So when you banish something, that's just, you know, you're just putting it on the back burner and it's just boiling and boiling and boiling and it's gonna overflow one day and you're gonna have to deal with it and it's gonna be real messy to clean up. You know, or you can, you know, like and somebody who's not fully awake and aware yet, you know, this information might, you know, kind of go over their heads. But like once you become really aware and like conscious of yourself and
Well, they need to be
as
some kind of where if they was attached to the title, honey. It's called Celestial Quantum Healing. I mean, what the fuck?
well, yeah, and for yeah, you know, for those of us who have people in our lives that we know aren't fully aware that because like sometimes it's hard to talk to people now, like in my understanding that I'm in now,
Mm.
in my level of awareness I'm in now, I find it hard to talk to people because even people in the spiritual community are still on a kind of closed-minded, um, boxy level, and um, it still saddens me every time I like find like every time um, like I when I first came into this community and like finding people like who you know like they're, oh, this is the spiritual community, everybody's beautiful, everyone's, I can just talk and share, and you know I'm like, oh my gosh, those first couple of times I got slapped was hard, you know, not like physically slapped
Yeah.
but you know emotionally slapped. um but I'm just grateful for the people that I have attracted that are still um standing strong in their authenticity, and um I'm, you know, grateful to be learning from them and, you know, growing with them and from them, you know. So I don't know
Yeah,
if I
honey, you
got
took
off
a
track,
licking and you
but
kept on ticking, okay?
yeah, yeah.
You know, you gotta do that. Shit, I know a person that done that before.
Mhm.
So, um, we were speaking on integrating or banishing. And so, from my perspective, I feel that it is always, you should always integrate. Okay, go through that whole process, boo. 'Cause you just put Betsy on the shelf, she gonna get dusty, honey, and she gonna want to get shiny again one day. That's all I'm saying. So, you're gonna have to do it one day anyway. So, just go ahead and knock it out. You know what I'm saying? So, once you meet an aspect of yourself that is displeasing, confront it. Why is it displeasing? What happened? Like ask all the questions, have a conversation, get to the bottom of it. And then once you get to the bottom of it, give compassion, give empathy, and then give the love, you know? Because we are all having a freaking human experience. You know what I'm saying? And so these aspects of ourselves that are displeasing don't come from nowhere. Okay.
Mhm.
So we give compassion for that. And then we give the empathy and then the patience to go through the integration process. And then the love, like, because a lot of times when you look past the displeasure and why the aspect was there, you know, or came about in a certain way, it's usually because that was your way of protecting yourself. You know what I'm saying? From the best that you knew how at the moments that those events were going on. You know what I mean? That's the best you knew how to do. So just compassion, empathy, love, patience, grace. Okay, all the things. All the things, because for some of us, it's not an easy process. And don't give up because you're just going to have to start all over again later. So see it through, get it over with, and then it gets easier. It gets easier. It gets easier. And then it gets to the point to where it's like, oh, that happened to me. And that's over with. You can totally disconnect from the situation, not feel any way, not be harboring anything in your body, not getting anxiety, your nervous system going crazy. None of that. You will literally disconnect from the situation and really move on with the joy. You can look at that situation and say that you are thankful, you have gratitude, because that's part of the experiences that made you who you be. Okay.
I have a question for you, April.
Mm.
Because I know as far as like in the future, people that I know that end up looking at this video, they're gonna be like, "Why didn't you ask this question?"
Mm.
So, um, as far as when we were talking about possession earlier,
Mhm.
so for people who think that they're going, okay, I'm not gonna word, okay, I need to word it broad so you can answer however way you want to. For people who are going through possession, where um they're harming themselves,
Mhm.
um, bleeding, cutting themselves, doing all kind of, just crazy, just insane type of situation, throwing themselves against things, stuff like that, almost to the verge of killing themselves, stuff like that. What do you think that that is? What's your opinion with that?
Again, events that have taken place in someone's life where you have a strong dislike for yourself or the way that you handled something, or a deep shame or a deep guilt. In some cases, especially when it's the young ones that come in, um their soul, okay, was like, look, man, we ain't got time to keep going through this same cycle. Okay. So they come in this mofo with some very profound things going on with them. So it might not even be something that came from this particular incarnation or this particular focus, but something that you desperately need to clear up. So you come in here early with that. You know what I
Mm,
mean? This deep self hatred and guilt and shame that you have carried for so long. And you keep coming back, and it's like on repeat, you know? Or, like I said from the beginning, any traumaful event or undesirable event, and for a lot of people, it's just you not trusting yourself. Like, I put myself in this situation, it's almost like you want to whoop your own ass, you want to punish yourself.
okay. So you feel that from your point of
Feel like you
view,
don't deserve to be in that vessel.
mm, so do you feel that another entity that's not connected to you can come and do stuff to you?
If you
Like,
believe it.
mm, mm,
But, from the day to day, no. No, because there's nothing outside of you. It's not real. It's your movie that you make up. So you project it out there with your thoughts. Everything is going on inside. You project it out. You know what I'm saying? So if you feel that there are entities outside of yourself that can possess you, then yes. And there are many ways to play that game, child. Okay. One of them is these deities y'all be playing with. Let me just put it out there. Y'all be playing with other people demons and worshiping them and shit. And the entity itself, you know what I mean? Yo, I don't even want to get that shit get deep. That's how a lot of shit be going on too. You know what I'm saying? Like you trying to worship other shit outside of yourself and your demons is like, really? Let's get on demon time. So your demons get with those demons and they like, let's be friends.
mm.
And then you did created this whole movie. It can go so many different ways too. It goes so many different ways. Let me tell you, I've seen it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And have you ever heard of a person possessing another person?
A person possessing a person.
Hmm.
Have I seen a person possessing a person? I have seen, I mean, you could call it possession because a motherfucker was so on puppet mode. You know what I mean? You know how
Hmm.
like when I'm channeling, I remember when oh yo, this is perfect. When I first was starting the channel and we clapped for the first time. Oh, the fairies went crazy. It was like, oh, we like this. And what it was I had finally relaxed and totally surrendered to myself enough to where now my vessel could be orchestrated by self. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel like humans sometimes get so influenced by other humans. Like that's how it go. Motherfuckers say jump, you jump. Motherfuckers say, you get to the point to where it's like, I gotta use the bathroom. But so and so isn't around. Like, should I call them and ask? Should I go to the bathroom? You know what I mean? Like, you get so used to them puppeteering you that it is like possession because something as simple as going to the bathroom, child, you need permission. You need to be told to go pee. I feel like that goes a lot with some of these, what they're calling cults.
Hmm.
Isn't
Um,
that
so
MK
yeah,
Ultra all about?
What you say?
that
MK Ultra, wasn't
is
that all
sick
about like
example.
taking
But
over other people's
that
brains
goes
and
past
everything?
influence, though. That's actually like a programming, a deep, deep seated programming of the mind. Yes. Perfect example. Yes. And the Majorian, I'm not saying that right, but y'all know what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Candidate.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That shit right there. Mm-hmm.
So it was the reason why I asked that question. It's as I started learning things and coming out of my programming from religion. There was a book. I don't know if y'all ever heard. Have you ever heard of a lady named Rebecca Brown? She has a few books. So they're so good. And like one book is called Pigs in a Parlor. I forgot the name of some of the other books, but it helped me understand more about the spiritual realm on the negative side. So these were these particular women were quote quote negative witches, and they were attacking. They had okay, it was like women who were brought into a negative um they were negative witches, right? And then they want to get out of it. And these people work this the book is a Christian woman, so it is coming from her uh she she helped them to come out of negative
Like dark magic.
yeah, negative witch groups. That's the only way I can think of how to say it. And
You say
and
lower
so
vibration.
yeah, very. And so lower vibrational. And so they didn't want they didn't like that she was taking these women back away from them, right? And so this one particular one that was a leader, she jumped into the woman and started doing things. That's why I asked. That's why I asked what I asked. Because she literally jumped into the woman. So therefore I'm guessing I don't know how, maybe astral projected in her. I have no idea. I don't know how it was done. But she jumped into the woman and started basically fighting her and stuff inside of her. So that's why I asked what I asked. And they, because of beliefs, right? Because she believed the stuff that Rebecca told her from the Christian aspect of how she could, call on her name and this and that and the other, then the woman had to leave. The woman that had, she kicked the woman out basically of her. But she went through those books are something. She went through a lot, but the head
Oh,
woman
was
was
she
very tough.
a what we call a devotee?
You saw the one that
You
she jumped
know,
into.
like one of those praise and worship people, outside of yourself.
Mm-mm. No. No, it had nothing to do with none of that type of stuff. Like they were serious, extremely low vibrational. Like I didn't know that they have Olympics. I didn't know they have Olympics and all that type of stuff in different areas. There's a group of them that live uh under the ocean in a whole city and everything under the ocean. Now, this
Mm.
stuff is so freaking deep.
This is exciting
But
to me.
it's so entertaining. But and these are true stories, she claims. And so, man, what it did, what those books did teach me was it started helping me understand of how I was very powerful my own self. Of course, they were saying like in the name of Jesus or whatever, but still it let me see how we're powerful ourselves. Like for instance, like there's a lot of these people that they will go and attack these other people that was trying to get out of the witch groups. I don't know what to call them, the negative. The reason I'm saying that because there's positive and negative. That's why I say that, or high vibrational, low vibrational. And the so one
We
thing she
like high
said,
vibrational and low vibrational. And I only say this because when we talk about positive and negative, right? Think of a battery and you need both charges, right?
right, for it to work.
For the
Yeah.
energy. And so negative charge is feminine energy.
Okay. So
So
thank you. Okay. Okay.
we
So
don't
yeah,
want
let
to
me
be
say it.
giving negative like a low
Right.
vibrational connotation. You know what I mean?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for correcting me in there. Okay. Oh, I won't be saying that anymore. Okay. So extremely low vibrational and high vibrational. Okay. So like in the Bible, it talks about having the armor of God, right? To protect you, right? So like one of the things that she taught was if you're getting attacked, let's say even if you have a pillow, right? So the one so these beings that were, let's just say, coming through the veil, right? And so they were getting ready to attack this woman because it was they're supposed to be killing these different women because of them coming out, right? So she remembered what she was taught, and so she literally had a pillow, and she put the pillow up like this, and was like, she said, so this is years ago that I read this book, so I'm paraphrasing. So she puts the pillow up in front of her, and so she visualized it as um a shield. And so she was like, what she say? I just finished saying it. Basically, she said what she needed to say, armor of God, something like that, right? So she's seen it as a shield, which is her not realizing she's using her own power. But so she puts it up, and then the entities that were coming to kill her, they I guess clearly they saw a whole shield protecting her, and they couldn't do nothing to her, and they were very upset and angry because they couldn't do anything to her. So um That book, y'all, that book is so good.
It sounds
it
interesting. It sounds like it
was.
needs to be
Oh
like a whole TV series, huh,
my.
Brady?
Yes, like it needs
Look,
Mm.
so it's multiple books. So yeah, that's why that's yeah. There we go.
so I want to say it, but I don't want to say it, but I want to say it, but we're gonna say it. So yes, anything is very possible. As we discussed before, your belief system truly matters, especially
Right.
those. This is why, especially those that are part of my tribe, we work on our insides first before we get to playing with magic, right? Because magic, you're stepping now into, let's just say you stepping more into your whole quantumness of it all, the magicalness of this reality and being able to manipulate it, right, towards your will. You know what I'm saying? And so being in the field of magic opens that up for you. If you have not done your inner work, healed whatever so called needs to be healed, and realize that you're a perfect being and about balance and harmony and all those beautiful things, Hansi, then you are vibrating at a frequency where someone could come in and take over your vessel, just like someone else's so called demon can come in and take over your vessel. You know what I mean? But we ain't operating in that space, child. Like that's not the movie I want to watch in my own movie. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
have time
Go
for
ahead.
that. And nor do I want to because it's about matching frequencies, right? So it's just like, for instance, I can walk around boldly and say like, "Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck around and find out." Like I'm not scared of all these people with performance, the magics, and you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a vibrational match for it. And I've already put that intention out that it's going to come back to you times 10,000. So whatever
Right.
you're sending to me, I'm not the type of person that would send that to nobody. So I'm not even on the same frequency of that.
Right.
So that magic is a dud. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's like kind of how it works. So baby girl had to be on that vibrating at that same frequency with that
Yeah.
energy to
Yeah.
be able to have it, you know what I'm saying, and be in
Right.
that space of allowance in her mind.
Right. Because she was being controlled and trained. You know, she was like quote quote, as far as they're concerned, beneath them, and that's how she was basically kind of like a slave type. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
why I say
everything.
I use the word devotee, but that's definitely what I meant.
Yeah. So that's why, yeah, they was able to do all kinds of stuff to her because she was indoctrinated and believing what they were telling her.
Mm,
Don't know that word, indoctrinated.
yeah,
Anyway,
and so she let someone come in and control her like she had already
exactly,
been doing.
exactly.
That's some
Okay,
deep shit. Like I said, I went there. That's a whole fucking movie, okay?
yeah, okay.
You got any words, Brady? That was deep.
Yeah, that's no, it is really deep. Like how it's deep and then it's not at the same time because it's
Hmm.
so easy. It's so easy once you know and are aware of what to do, you know, but it's so deep like um how how far this frequency thing goes, how how powerful this um light energy is that's being beamed into this vessel. I mean, it's just it, oh, it's just so fascinating to think about. My mind just is races on like how much we can do, but we just like, and I am guilty of holding myself back. I know I can I know I'm very powerful and capable of a lot of things, and um, there's
And
still
decide
aspects.
if that's the game that you want to play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is my thing, and this is for the viewers because y'all kind of know me personally. So this is not going to be like unbelievable or no bullshit like that. But we have seen it all, y'all. Like, and I mean in our memory, you know what I mean? Like the villains, you know what I'm saying? Like the low vibrational shit, motherfuckers ciphering people's energy, using their power to influence, you know, like just doing all this low vibrational shit. We have seen it. And especially in our forms of entertainment that we enjoy, our movies, plays, you know, we have seen it all. But how many spaces can we name where it was genuinely like a complete fairy tale? You know what I mean? Where it was just unbelievable bliss. Like, is that in the forefront of anybody's memory? I mean, just let me know. Like, where, you know, there's no worries, man. You know what I mean? And then when something does come up that is of concern, you know, it's like, there's no like deep feelings attached to that. Like, like basically, where have you seen it not be about survival mode, about it not being about misery, about it not being about harming someone or you being harmed or you being hurt or, you know, like that's the reality I want to play in. Is anyone curious about that reality? Does anybody want to go there with me? I mean, doo-doo-doo.
Definitely, definitely, definitely.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And like
Hmm.
how many and you want to know what's even more realer about what I just said. If they came out with this perfect movie that was like completely blissful, you know? First of all, how long would it hold people's attention? And how well would it do without it being like this, like all this kind of drama, you know, before they got to this like crazy happy place? You know, it's fucked up that the majority of our collective is not even probably interested in seeing blissfulness.
or after negative. Like, I know you saying just pure bliss, period.
Yes.
Right.
Well, that's why you see all the negativity on the news and everything, because negativity sells, like drama sells.
But why? Why are we so programmed to where that's cool? Like I'd be the first one in the movie theater to go see this blissful movie just because I want to know how well I'm gonna be entertained. And I want to know like what to the person that wrote the motherfucking movie, what is complete bliss to you? Like I like I guess I'm more intrigued by that because it is something I've not seen. You know what I mean? And I would like to experience what it would it be like to just want to skip, jump, and hop all the time. Like,
And that's why we live in such a beautiful time because with AI right now, you can literally make your own movie just like that, April.
Yep.
And
we
Yep.
love
that's
Brady K.
that's the that's the future. The future is we are the artists of the future. We are that's why it's so important to like um interact with this AI and everything that's coming out right now because the more we master it, the better, because and putting our high frequency imprint on it, and because the media right now is focused on keeping us in a low frequency vibration because they know that's how it's easiest to siphon our energy. And there's entities out here that they don't have endless access to source like we do.
Mm,
So they keep us in a low
yeah.
vibration with this media and these movies out here to keep us in a fear frequency where it's easy to siphon our energy. That's why we need to take advantage of these new AIs that are coming out where we can make our own movies and and manifest our blissful world, you know, and like
Y'all
put
get on my nerves. Y'all always giving me some shit to do. Yo, like that hit me like a ton of bricks right now. You know what I mean? Like I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, for a while, right? I think I even told y'all I've been looking for someone in our community that will do these shows for the babies. You know what I'm saying? That are spiritual. And then I found this goddess on the TikTok, who's all into the fairies, and she did a couple of shows, but it was how intrigued my daughter was with the graphics and naming everything that came. Mommy cat, mommy teen, she was like going bananas. And then so when I first started channeling and doing the social media, I used to post all the AI fairies and all of that shit. So this weekend it struck me to like kind of go back there with it, you know? And so I took her and she's just scrolling like through these pictures and she's like, oh, mommy, she's going fucking crazy. And I'm like, and then you saying that, it's in my head like, they just said, you are what you're looking for. That's
That's
so
so
annoying.
that's so because you said why all the movies what they are because that's how they've indoctrinated us for so many
yeah.
hundreds of years. So that's what people put out because that's how we
And
become.
our quiet compliance of, oh, this is just a movie, it's not real, da da da. That's our quiet compliance. Take our energy, but once you become aware of it and aware of what these movies are symbolizing, you stop allowing them. That's the thing about uh these energies that can come in and siphon from you. You have the power to tell them to stop. It just by saying stop, no, you can't do this anymore, and becoming aware of this, it's like it's so that's why I say it's so easy, but it's so deep at the same time because um you can be going through quiet compliance and not even knowing it.
Man, what? Yo, that's like all of us. Because as consciously aware as we are, it's somewhere in our aspects, somewhere in our reality where we are of quiet compliance. I find, yo, I'm a know-it-all. I'm a fucking channeler, okay? So that means I get how to achieve certain um levels of alignment. You know what I mean? To be a clear channel. And yeah, I still be mind blown.
Yeah. And to go back on the whole banishing thing,
Mhm.
that's kind of staying ignorant as well. When you're ignorant is ignoring your knowing, because ignore and then aunts is knowing. But anyway,
Yeah.
so banishing is keeping yourself ignorant, and ignorance is quiet compliance.
Mm.
So it's very important to stay aware of everything all the time. I mean, it keeps you busy, keeps you busy.
And still like me and my big mouth. No, it literally just played out as Brady was freaking talking like how it's gonna start off, like we're gonna be doing it for the children and it's gonna catch on to where the adults are gonna, like really get into this thing and then I'm gonna be challenged to make an adult type um film. Wow. That y'all get on nerves. I love y'all, but Yo, I mean, because I'm just the technology. Like, I'm at that age where I'm just like, ugh. Like, even when I had to do the shirts. By the way, people, we have our You Thrive Patreon up, okay, with all of our beautiful workshops, okay? Brady K has her herbal toothpaste on that thing, okay? Organic. You know? So we got workshops, we got fairy tarot decks, okay? And we also have clothing. Hello, we have apparel. I call it clothing that matters. Okay. And so it matters what you put in on your body. And so we got all kind of signs and sexy symbols, that do something to the subconscious. So it's like not only are you wearing it for yourself and you're absorbing it. Oh, and it's cotton. Okay, it's cotton. And you're absorbing it and it's written in gold. It's in gold. But also the visual for other people, signs and symbols, how it works on the subconscious, very important. And so coming to you soon will be also an oracle deck made of all the signs and symbols on the apparel. Okay. So we got some things over there for you at the You Thrive. Okay, it's just You Thrive. Go to Patreon, type in the You Thrive. Okay, and we got let me get some water. We got Miss Nene, Miss Nita, Jonida. We got her putting together some things right now to put on display for y'all. Her and her beautiful crafts and everything.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
With all the special occasions coming up, because we got the Thanksgiving, we got the birthdays, we got the so-called Christmases. I don't care how you feel about the holidays. I call them holy days, whole, create a whole holy days, and I'm a fairy, so I'm into anything that's affiliated with celebrating. I don't care. Okay, I don't care. The only one I feel really kind of strongly about is Halloween. I feel like Halloween gets really disrespected. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's a day where you just and give thanks and give honor and give praise to those that have played this earthly game that you are familiar with in this focus, and have had so many beautiful experiences and have contributed to this collective consciousness that plays in this realm, in this focus. It's just respectful. And the other yous that have played and contributed to this data that's been collected in this dimension, in this realm. Okay? It's just respectful. You know what I mean? So that's the only holy day where I'm kind of like, y'all be cool now. Don't be talking all that stuff. I don't give about what they say the history is. That's what it means to me. It's a big deal to me. But yeah, that's about it. Okay, so she gonna be coming out and she gonna be, taking the pictures and everything, little crafts with little themes and stuff. Y'all gonna be excited. Okay, she's a very creative spirit. I'm excited. Shit. Okay, so that's what we got going on Patreon. I had to stop and do a real quick commercial advertisement. All right, so does anybody y'all want to close us out? Anybody got anything to say? I feel like that's a good note to end on.
Sound good to me.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like this was a real deep like we got in, when it comes to harmonizing energy and um dealing with all your different aspects, it's hard. It's hard to face those ugly parts of you,
Let's talk about it.
you know.
Mhm.
Um you don't want to accept that you can even have those thoughts. You don't want to accept that that's a part of you because
Mhm.
then, oh no, I can't. Once I accept that that's a part of me, then it's almost like you think like, oh well, that's me, but it's not you. It's just something. It's just an energy that is present in order for you to create the fruit to help other people, if that makes sense. Like us harmonizing with these things helps us to create, and then we like okay, so like with everything that happened with my grandpa and the sexual trauma that I went through at a young age, right? I I had the hardest time accepting that I allowed that to happen to me,
Mhm.
because we make our contract before we come here. And so I had to alchemize that into, okay, what can I do to turn this into something positive? And now we have this podcast, and talking about these things and putting them out in the open, and showing people that it's okay. You you didn't do anything wrong. Like I I had to really like wrap my mind around
Mhm.
that too. Like I didn't do anything wrong. It was not my fault. Like it's this is this is an issue that sexual trauma of any kind is an issue that needs to be talked about, so it can become aware of, and we can stop it, because uh because things are suppressed, and because people want to banish things and it's not talked about, it just gets worse and worse.
Mhm.
So um I'm very grateful for this podcast, because it's something that I alchemized my trauma into making into a positive fruit that I can share with other people.
No, that's very
So,
profound. You said a lot of profound things there, namely that coming out and speaking about it. Because for those souls that have been brave enough to come out and speak about sexual abuse, that's the common. I've never not heard one woman talk about the guilt. You know what I mean, and what they did. To bring that upon themselves. And what you said about the banishing and the sexual assault being talked about, because then it becomes less common. You know what I'm saying? It's less behind the scenes. So it's less likely to happen now. And those individuals that now feel the urge to do something like that, now because that is so abnormal, right? So now you got to check yourself. Now that we are making this abnormal for sexual abuse to be abnormal, we're making it abnormal.
yeah.
So now when you have a desire to do something of those sorts or anything that looks like that to anyone, then it's like a check of self, like, oh, like why would I want to do that? Da, 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 you know what I mean? And then you
Yeah.
got to go within yourself and figure that out instead of it being able to be kept behind the doors or swept under a rug, so a person doesn't even have to deal with the why do I have these kind of thoughts? Why is this showing? You know what I mean?
Oh
Because it was
yeah.
normalized for so long and normalized in one of the most influential in every influential system that we have. It is normalized in Hollywood. It's normal for the producers, the executives to do things to, you know the artist, or you know what I'm saying, in the political game, the same thing in the government, like all this, in all these major systems, it is normal. And so the more and more we shed the light on that, it can stop happening behind the scenes and made to feel, people don't like to feel abnormal.
And a lot of these
Deal with it.
media a lot of these media outlets are crumbling now because they're being outed in how they're protecting these predators out here, and 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 kind of fearing people into quiet compliance to where, oh, don't talk, like, oh, this happened to you, like, don't talk about it because that's you know that's shameful. Why would you, let that happen to you? Like, it's stupid stuff like that. So yeah, things are changing.
They are. And the integration with self and harmonizing and balance, all this is important. Like, people may use different terminologies. I say aspects of yourself. People say the entities that are within you. Some people say the energies that reside in you. However, um, you translate it, it's still the same thing,
Yeah.
which is to me to do a deep dive. Because I feel like, especially for the people that are attracted to this kind of show, you kind of ready to do the work. Like, you kind of tired of living the same life. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, no matter whether you consider it high vibrational or low vibrational, whatever vibration you consider it on, you're kind of tired of the same old thing. And so I'm an extremist. Well, I was an extremist. I'm learning balance. So
Mhm.
when I went into something, I went in hard. So when I went in on the healing journey, I went in hard. Like, I wanted to jump all in that thing. So that would be my advice to anyone that's really like, you want to change your life, you don't know where to start really. I would say that that would be to start with your demons and your so-called devil, your adversary of yourself, which is the aspects of you that you do not like, you know. And then for some of us, we are so attached to our ego that we kind of don't know ourselves that we don't like. And so I advise you to ask the question because I was one of those egomaniacs too, child. I'd be like, what? I love me. What you talking about? So I invite you, if you are that person, to ask yourself, are there any spaces in myself where I feel are less than desirable? And you're going to find one, whether it's how you think about your body, any aspect of your body, your voice, your face, your nose, your eyes, your booty, your titties, your dangalang, your legs, your ankles, you know, the way you write, the way you whatever. You're going to find something, you know? And so to start there and start genuinely working on that until you like it. Okay. Believe it or not, I didn't used to like my voice. Believe it or not. Now I love it. I love it. I feel like I need to get some headphones just so that, when I was talking to the mic, I can like really hear my voice. But I think I would get to I would censor too much, of my voice. If I did that, like I wouldn't be too loud. I wouldn't be so like extreme. I'd be like really like sexy, like hey, like you know what I'm talking about? Like on my LL Cool J.
That's
Everybody's like, why is
funny.
she talking like that? Girl.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
But yes, that is my suggestion. Since we're talking about the healing and we're talking about demons and integration and not banishing, that is what not banishing looks like. Like don't just have something about yourself that you dislike and just throw it out the way. Like, I'm not going to pay that no attention. You
Right. Right.
know what
It's
I'm
in a
saying?
pot boiling over. Basically,
Yo,
like
and
what
then
Brandy was saying.
your
Mm.
universe is going to constantly create that reality. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
yeah.
It's going to
Mhm.
constantly create it. So it's like, why not work on it? Because that's what we call a loop. The same cycle. And when you sit there asking the question, why does this keep happening to me?
Mhm.
I'm just
Mhm.
saying.
And you don't want to face it. My last words have to do with empowerment.
Mm.
Um, we've been trained through media indoctrination and so forth, to think that we're lesser than, and um, it's important to learn about the different aspects that you have as since we're basically talking about lower vibration aspects at the moment, it's important to understand those things and deal with it and learn and send it love, because if you don't, then you're going to constantly feel um, weak,
Mm.
less than, not empowered. So to get your power back, you're going to have to face your demons, ha ha ha, ha, and deal with them. So it's important to me that people get their power back. Stop believing it's either this or that. No, it's a plethora of things that things could be, and you need to deal with them, and get your power back. You're not walking around here powerless. You are A lot of people are walking around here having the illusion of being powerless. You are powerful. You are power. So stop playing the game of weakness.
Yes.
I'm speaking to myself too, y'all. Please know
Mm.
that.
Oh,
So so that's my thing. Deal with the mess. Deal with the shit. Deal with like what April was saying. Why does this keep happening to me? Why does this keep happening to me? Well stop, think about it, write it down, figure it out so you can be empowered and stop that loop. So that's my final word. The-
and to remember that what we're calling your beast and your demons, like until you really acknowledge these different aspects of yourself, they just running rampant. You know, especially for those of you, you like your beast is your primal nature. You know, so for those of you who got real serious anger issues, or you're, like anytime you feel any kind of emotion, like the emotion is taking over you. You know what I mean? You feel like you're just a reactor. You feel like you're out of control. Like whatever is going on in that moment, like you have to react. Like it feels like such an impulse, like an outer body experience. You need to get your beast in check. Okay. And
and
for a
don't care
lot
about
of
the
you,
outcome.
yeah,
Crazy.
this could also look like a deep need of competition, a deep seated jealousy. I mean, so bad that, let's take two women for example. Let's do it. Where you so jealous of your best friend, her and her guy look like they the perfect couple, they in love. And you like, and so you go try to seduce her man and go sleep with her just because you in competition. You feel like you need to get a hold of your demons, okay? Because the demons want to get the job done by any means necessary. And so when you doing some low vibrational shit like that, your demons is out of control. Okay, they running rampant. Go get it together. That's an example of what we mean by integrating, harmonizing these aspects of you that you were taught live outside of you and that can possess you and control you. Okay, they are inside of you and they running rampant, and that's how mofos want them to be so that you are not in control. And if you are not in control, then you feel disempowered. And if you feel disempowered, it just keep going on and on and on. We ain't got time for that no more.
Exactly.
So I
Exactly.
appreciate that. Y'all remember how powerful y'all is. This has been a very intriguing show. I'm excited. I'm excited that my tired ass was like, we're going to push through because I've been up for 3 days. Okay.
You did very good. Very good, April.
We've been up for 3 days and we did the damn thing. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Go tell a friend. Okay. Y'all get your girlfriends together. Get your mommies, daughters, all of that. We're a little provocative, but mm, It's entertainment. Y'all love the entertainment with some facts, with some data collection and all that good stuff. Some shit that might sound controversial. Some shit that you might, the things that make you go, So we love y'all so much. Peace, love, and bliss. Remember through y'all hearts. Boo. The goddesses say bad. Brady K on mute. Y'all can't hear her, but she's sending kisses.
Bye.
Peace, 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 peace.